Blessings. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I wanted to talk a little bit about healing our wound of relationships with our ex-partners and how we can establish a new healthy relationship, not just with our new partners that are coming into our life, but breaking those old habits of attracting the same type of partners in our lives. So it's very responsible that when we're doing healing work, that we're 100% responsible for our part and 100% responsible for what we are attracting, because we are attracting everything that we do, all that we do into our experience. We are attracting it. And this is not something for you to feel guilty about. This is not something for you to say, oh my God, what am I attracting into my life and why am I attracting this? No, this is for you to simply know that your own experience, you have to be 100% responsible for your experiences, and that you can change your experiences by changing your energy flow, by changing the way that you think, by changing the way that you are. And that's how healing becomes. Healing is when we become responsible, when we allow. Most of the time is that we are just ignorant that we have this power to co-create with the universe, and we have this power to co-create with other people, and that when we align ourselves with a different vibration, then we can know exactly what we need to what we want to attract into our lives. So it's also very important that as we're doing this healing work, that we are healing our relationships, is that we allow ourselves time to grieve and time for us to heal ourselves from our past relationships, because most of the time we don't give ourselves that space and that time. This is all the time, actually. We don't give ourselves a space to heal ourselves from a relationship. We jump to a new relationship thinking that we are ready. And what I know that I have seen for myself and I have seen for my clients is that healing yourself from other relationships, from breakups, is so important. And for me too, I've seen that when I have given myself the space to heal from previous relationships, even with girlfriends, relationships where me and my girlfriends break up and we no longer talk to each other, or relationships with my family members, or whatever it is, that we need time to heal ourselves. We need time. It's very important. Even when our loved ones, go into the other realms of consciousness, when they pass away and their physical body dies, but we know that they're still alive. There's something within them that's still alive, that's still going, and that can keep us going as well. But we also need to allow ourselves time to grieve that as well. Allow us time to heal our hearts. And so, a lot of the times when we have a partner, a lot of the things that they have done, or a lot of the things that in the relationship has happened, it brings a lot of insecurities within us to actually get into a new relationship. And when we do, we attract the same type of partner because we're so used to that relationship. And most of the time we attract a partner into our lives with the same energy that our parents, our father, our mother. I'll give you a very big example. My stepdad cheated a lot on my mother. So I grew up seeing this around me, and I said specifically that I wouldn't marry anyone who would do the same to me. And I found myself in relationships continuously in my life with partners that would cheat on me. And that brought a lot of insecurities within my own being, of thinking that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy enough. And I'm sure that if you have experienced partners that cheated on you, that you as well have experienced that you don't feel worthy enough or pretty enough. And that can really bring a strain into any relationship. That is a trauma. We have to see it for what it is, for a trauma. It is a trauma when we have experienced our partners cheating on us. So we lose faith in our relationships. We lose faith thinking that every single man or every single woman or every single partner is going to do that. I know that Latinos have a saying that says that the only time that a woman is theirs is when the woman is underneath them. And I heard this saying a lot. So there's this belief that a woman is a cheater. And just like in Latin culture, there's a lot of beliefs that a man is a cheater. But not all men are like this, and not all all women are like this either. There is just trauma in our culture that needs to be healed. And that trauma comes with us. When we start taking full responsibility for our lives and we start loving ourselves completely, it starts with us. And we forgive our parents, we forgive our fathers, our mothers, we forgive them. And then we allow ourselves to really use all of our traumas that we experience and what we've seen with our parents going through. Then we can use that information to actually elevate our own consciousness and elevate our own selves. Because that is what's pregnated in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind believes that this is what you want. It doesn't understand yes or no. It just believes that this is the experience you want because you keep telling yourself, no, 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 I'm not going to experience this. And then we get those type of relationships. So it starts with you. When you start trusting yourself, when you start loving yourself, when you start taking care of you, then you can experience better relationships with other partners. You can establish relationships with individuals, friends, and other people that are going to be aligned at a different frequency because you're loving yourself and you're taking care of yourself and you're being there for you. And when I mean about taking care of yourself, I'm not talking about going to the nail shop. No, this is more like an emotional level that you're healing. You're allowing yourself to feel. You're allowing yourself to be. You're allowing yourself to be in the space of vulnerability within your own being so you can establish a connection with God, with your higher self, with that divine, beautiful essence of who you are. And you can do this with meditation. So, we can get ourselves in a relationship with a partner that neglects us. We feel betrayal from the neglection. We can be in a relationship with our partner ignores us, talks bad about us, judge us, tells us you can't wear that. They're machista. I mean, in Spanish it's called machista, but it's macho. They don't want to control us. This is specifically for women. They want to control us, control what we wear, how we wear it, how we look, who we go out with, who we're hanging out with. And all this can really become a trauma in our physical body, in our emotional body, when we start really feeling like we're unworthy of friends, unworthy of having relationships. And then we have the sexual trauma where they sexualize us, or we feel like we have to please them, specifically in as women, in the relationship, we have to please our relationship in order for our relationship to be happy or for them not to go and cheat on us. All of this is traumatic experiences. And if you've been through some traumatic experiences like this in your relationship, it is not a healthy relationship. It's a violation of your own inner awareness. It's a violation of who you are as a woman, and your voice is being shut down. But all this comes from your experiences with your parents. It all comes from that trauma. And I'm not here for you to feel bad about it. I'm not here for you to feel like, oh my God, what have I done? No, this is just part of what you needed to go through. I see it as initiations. My last relationship initiated me for my relationship now with my husband. My experiences with my husband initiated me to love myself, to care for myself, to know that I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy. And all the experiences that I went through with my relationship with my partners have brought me to this moment where I have healed myself and I have loved myself completely because I was able to be initiated. So I want you to look at your experiences and how those experiences with your relationship and with your partners have brought you for initiations. It would have been that they betrayed you, and now you know that you can trust yourself, and that no matter what, you have yourself. So initiated to trust yourself, to love yourself, to see yourself differently. If they're trying to control what you wear, that initiated you for you to start knowing that you have control of what you can wear. Having control of when you want to have sex and how you want to have sex. This is your body, and you should be in control of those things. It's not when your partner wants to. It's when you feel safe, when you feel loved, when you feel like you are in a space of love within your own being. And so taking care of your emotional, a lot of us feel really abandoned, and this is a trauma as well. And if we don't take care of these traumas through meditation, through forgiving ourselves, this is very important. And then we have the psychic attack. I mean, when you get out of a relationship, and your partners are still obsessed with you. I experienced this with my ex-partner, my ex-partner, where he was so obsessed with me and he wouldn't leave me alone. He was stalking me, he would beg me, and then a lot of the times I felt like I had to take him back, like I had to be him. That is a trauma. That is a trauma experience. So if you have experience where a partner doesn't leave you alone, there's a lot of healing that needs to be there, because you have your own self. If you don't want to be in a relationship, you don't have to be in a relationship. And this goes with any relationship that you've been in. If you've been in a relationship with a girlfriend, with another male friend, or a relationship with your family members, whatever, you don't have to be in a relationship if you don't want to. You can love people from far away. You can bless the people from far away, and you can allow yourself to not have to be stuck in a relationship you don't want to. It's about loving yourself and coming to you first. So once you identify that you have this trauma within you, that you have some kind of sort of trauma with relationships, then you can establish through meditation, through prayer, to cleanse yourself from all those traumatic experiences that you have experienced. Again, we talked about neglect, betrayal, the manipulation of you having to wear this or not wear that, or you're not going here or you're not going there, or manipulating you by making you feel guilty. Making you feel guilty that you are the one that is causing the whole trauma, and that you are the one who's doing everything. It is your fault why the relationship didn't work. It's your fault why everything is going in your life the way that is going. And yes, in a point we have to take responsibility, but when is that partner or that ex-partner going to take responsibility? I'm going to come back to psychic attack, because I kind of skipped psychic attack. I went into it and I stopped. Psychic attack is when a partner or ex-partner, you guys break up, but there's still energetically anger there for you. So there's like a lot of hatred towards you. So they're attacking you through the subconscious mind while you're sleeping. So you can be sleeping, you could be dreaming a lot about your ex continuously night after night, because they're psychic attacking you. They still have a bond towards you through your chakras. And energetically, these energetically lines or circuits, they attach themselves to you, and it usually attacks themselves to you through your heart center and your womb space. And these spaces is to keep manipulating you. You may feel like you don't have energy, or you can't stop thinking about your ex-partner when you're already in a full-blown relationship and you haven't been with that partner for a long time, or you go periods through where you stop thinking about your ex-partner, you don't think about them at all, and then boom, psychic attack, that constant attacking you at a soul level, astrally, they are attacking you. So what can you do if you find yourself in a place like this? So first, we call upon our higher self, because our highest self is that part of us that is connected to God. It's that part of us that's perfect. That's part of It's completely perfect. So when we connect ourselves with our highest self, we allow ourselves to release anything that is not from the highest expression of love and God. So I want you to connect to that, to intentionally make that statement. I am now connected to my highest self. I call upon my highest self to come and clear me away from any psychic attack that's coming from any of my old partners, coming from any individual, any girlfriends or friends that you have broken up with. You want to release any energetic bonds that are attacking you, or any sold contracts that you have with the individual. Sometimes we come and we incarnate because we need to learn things, but it doesn't mean that we have to keep the contract. We can let it go. We can say, it's no longer serving me. It's not serving my highest good. I no longer need to be attracting or attached to this person. That person's obsessed with us, so they're sending us in information and sending us energy. We don't have to have it. So calling upon the high self, and then asking your highest self to remove those energetic bonds. So I remove anything that is not serving me of my highest good. I remove it. And then you can close your eyes and you can imagine yourself pulling those energetic strings, whatever you want to call it, pulling them from your physical body. You don't want to cut them, because if you cut them, they're still stuck there and the person can come back and attach themselves. So you want to pull that with your eyes. Visualize yourself pulling it. If you cannot visualize, then energetically feel it in your body. Feel this pulling sensation coming from your heart center. Like I said, it's usually the heart center or the womb space, because sexually, when you have a sexual interaction with someone, they become part of your physical and aura being. This is we're talking all spiritual here. So you want to take it away, pull it, and then imagine the person right in front of you. Imagine them in their astral body, and giving it back to them and saying, this does not belong to me. This energy belongs to you. You are no longer able to get attached to me. You are no longer able to have a source of my energy. I bless you. I bless you, I bless you, I bless you, and the highest for you. So whatever is that they're sending to you, whatever energy they want for you, whatever is that they're jealous, that they're angry that you separated, that you dumped them, or whatever it is, or they're just mad at you for no reason, for breaking up the relationship, just send that energy back to them, because it doesn't belong to you. So it's not fair that you have to carry this energy with you. So back to the sexuality. So when we have an interaction with a sexual partner, with anyone, even if you have a one-night stand, for us women, it becomes part of us energetically. It becomes part of our aura. So you want to make sure that if you have slept with anyone, or you no longer want that energy around you, because even if you haven't slept with someone, and let's say in the past 12 years, let's say your ex-partner, but that partner is still sending you psychic attack, then that energy is still connected to you in your womb space. So you want to make sure that you pull that energy and you cleanse yourself. Get some knives, some steel knives. I know this sounds kind of weird, but it works. Or copper. I wear copper necklaces for that reason, because it balances my energy, and it also bounces back energy, negative energy from other people. You can imagine you have some knives, and you can kind of like sweep the energy away from you. Be very careful. These are knives, so you don't want to cut yourself, or if you're getting copper, like a copper stick, and just kind of move that energy from your womb space and your physical being. But setting that intention with your highest self is the most important, because the work that you're doing here is coming from God. It's coming from the divine energy of God, which is your divine highest self, the most beautiful part of you, that is holy, that is perfect, that is amazing. So that you want to connect to that space and be really connected to your inner awareness. So if you have experienced, again, all these traumas in relationships, we're all capable of releasing all this energy. And I have a meditation in my YouTube channel, which is called All Emotion Meditation. And if you can find it, if you want it, message me and I'll send it to you. And through this meditation, you can really cleanse yourself emotionally, cleanse yourself from these attachments, these energetic attachments to your physical being, so you can live and truly start experiencing the relationships you want to experience. But remember, it all comes back to us, comes back to how much we love ourselves. So we have to set boundaries with our relationships. I have set up so many boundaries with my husband. Like I set up boundaries when he can grab my butt, yes, because it's very important. This is my body, this is my butt. So, I don't want him grabbing my butt whenever he feels like it, because it's just it doesn't feel safe for me. It doesn't feel like, I have had a traumatic experience when I was 17 years old, and this guy came and really grabbed my butt, and I was really not even a guy. I was at a party. He was probably in his 20s, and he was pretty drunk, and he grabbed my butt so bad. It was so traumatic for me that I slapped him, and he came and sucked me right here in my mouth. I had braces. My mouth started bleeding. So when my husband grabs my butt, that becomes a traumatic experience. It brings back those memories to me. So I'm working on releasing that. So for me, feeling safe and putting those boundaries is very important. So it's important that you do so too. When something doesn't feel right and something has triggered you, that you take care of yourself and you love yourself, and that you hold yourself in that space, and you can set those boundaries in a very loving, supporting space for you and what works for you. I love you, and come back for some more. I'll talk more about relationships and getting in touch with your own healing vibration. And again, it all comes back to you. It all comes back to you. You are the one that needs to do the healing in order for you to be in any relationship, any happy relationship. It all starts with you healing your traumatic relationship with your parents, your traumatic relationship with your father and your mother. And even if you were living in the most loving space, you still have some kind of trauma there. Heal those relationships by devotion, by surrendering to God, by forgiving your parents, by doing all the forgiving work that you have to do. And if you don't know how to forgive, join one of our courses, the Spiritual Healer course. It's all about forgiving, self-love, and awakening our healing abilities. But it all comes back to you and your awareness and your devotion to God, because your devotion to God, the prayer to God, all that you do towards God will heal. And that's the love. That's the true healing power, is when we do that with the devotional essence of love. I love you, and I am Reverend Nam Shakti.